a good one in store between the Denver Broncos and the Las Vegas Raiders. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Well, this defense for the Raiders, much improved from Week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They go play action with Wilson. Looking sideline, incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Play action. Now Wilson. He's got his tight end. It's Albert Okwuegbunam. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Carr now to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. But looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackled him for a loss.
To throw again on 2nd down. Carr. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. A Raider first down, 17 yards. Well, first drive here, and the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers are getting involved as this game goes on.
It's a big play there for Vegas. 41 yards.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roll. But notice how he keeps his head on a swivel, looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. Again, they'll throw with Carr. And complete once again to Watson. Touchdown! Christian Watson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are on the board first here this afternoon. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stop it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, early on, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Second down, they'll go with Akers again. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard.
Corners are known for their ability to cover, but those that'll stick their nose in against the running game, that's a bonus for any team. And what a nice play right there, tackling him for a loss.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And that is incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Well, just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they're scripting up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now a play fake. Carr. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Broncos are going to get it back here just past the 35. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it, and the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. Well, their defense got the football with an interception. They tried out there, Charles. So very first play, they give the football right back.
Man, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We got 2, we got 2. Do I hear 3? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they got to be a little...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Paulson Adebo. And the Broncos are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory. But
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. He's at the 40, the 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Well, from back where that one started, they were hoping probably for just a few yards on the ground there. Instead, they get 90-plus and into the end zone.
And as much credit as I have to give the guys on offense, I often think when I see a run of that magnitude that there has to have been a mistake made, maybe even multiple mistakes on defense, because you're expecting them to run the ball from that stage of the field. Instead, it turns into one of the longest runs that we're going to see in the NFL.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. On play action, now Carr. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. After the interception, here's Wilson. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Chris Olave, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Broncos have taken the lead. McManus's point after is good. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Carr. Gonna throw right side here, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Carr now on 1st down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Justin Simmons. And the Broncos are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. An excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
106 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. On 1st down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Wilson. Flush to his right. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Rock Ya-Sin. And the Raiders are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now after the INT, it's Carr. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I'll give them credit winning that first snap and forcing an incompletion. They're hoping that'll deflate the offense a little bit after they took the field charged up after taking over after a turnover.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Well, that flag puts them on their heels a little bit more defensively as the officials walk it upfield.
Yeah, and they can blame the officials all they want, but bottom line, it's their own fault because, to me, that was an avoidable call. Stay focused and avoid major mistakes like that.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. Throwing now is Carr. And he whips that one incomplete there. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Carr to throw again. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Raiders are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14-all following the interception last time that led to a score. Now they've got it 1st and 10. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down.
Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson.
That's complete. It's Okuwebunam.
And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful. That's a staple in this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Maxx Crosby able to record his 5th sack of the season. The Broncos send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick.
35 yards that time on the punt. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown! 3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr as they have taken the lead. Carlson now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. Man open left side, it's Williams. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he's got room. And now to the races down the right side. And all the way home for a Broncos score. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far and fun to watch. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. To throw is Carr. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. On 1st down, Chamberlain. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
The Raiders at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
That's a really good job in execution. They avoided the flag downfield and avoided giving up yardage for free. Really good coverage.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Here's Carr to throw. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. Call that a gain of 38. A big march forward on the third down conversion. But one thing's for sure, they're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages, what are we going to do to put a man on him? The big thing to me is treat it like a good pitcher treats pitching a game. Change your timing, change your location. So sometimes you're up on him, sometimes you're back. Just change up the looks that he sees and make him just a little bit more hesitant.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Carr. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Michael Ojemudia. And the Broncos are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
And when a team advances as far as they did, got over the 50-yard line, don't you think that drive deserved a better ending? I think he needs to get with his coaches on the sidelines, make some immediate adjustments, and that's what you do. You don't wait. You do it from series to series because drives like that end with a turnover, that's multiple times they picked him up already in this opening half.
The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
A dime look defensively for the Raiders on third down.
Yeah, you're right, 2 extra DBs out there. Now it's Wilson. He sets to fire deep and unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Mitch Wishnowsky now on to punt. Taking on the midfield logo. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. So possession goes over here on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He'll complete this one to Watson. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 2nd and a couple. Play action. Now it's Carr. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
Definitely worth taking another deep shot here. He's already found the end zone twice here in the first half.
Yeah, go back to that same well. They've had trouble containing him, but able to contain him on that play. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Now a handoff up the middle. Chamberlain. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a 1st down as well.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Carr now on 1st down. And this one is incomplete. Well, he's been the guy already over 100 yards here in the first half. Could have had a lot more if he would have been able to hold that one in.
In fact, our statistician Marvin was already handing me a piece of paper with that yardage totaled on it. He thought that catch was going to happen just as you and I did as well.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
On first down, Carr. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Making 4 touchdown passes now for Derek Carr.
And the Raiders will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
A couple quick incompletions, and now they're just 1 more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here, or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll also wind up being the final play of this first half. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. shotgun now for Carr. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big play.
And now here's another interception. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
They'll run on first down with Akers. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Second down, they'll go with Akers again. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 117 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Wilson. And this is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. It's a gain of 34.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game. And they hit that one there for big yardage.
Williams is into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown. So a strong drive here to lead off this third quarter. That has them an extra point away from tying things up.
And, partner, this is pretty much what they envisioned when they were sitting there in the locker room thinking about getting things going to start here in the third quarter. Getting out there, a field goal would have been fine. But going ahead and scoring here, an extra point away from tying things up, that's exactly how they drew it up on the board.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. Meanwhile, Carr's throw brought in by Watson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there at 22.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Chamberlain. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. And the Broncos get there and take him down. So now Carr and the Raiders dealt a 3rd and long after that sack. On play action, they'll throw. And that's caught inside the 30. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 28. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. And with that last last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
On play action, now Carr sliding out of the pocket. And he's got his man out of the slot, complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
That's complete right around the 8. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll bring up second down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
2nd and 5 from the 8.
Now a handoff up the middle. Chamberlain, and he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there. His second rushing touchdown on the year as his guys have now moved out in front. Carlson on for the PAT. It's up and good, and they jump back ahead, 35-28. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Going right back to Akers.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Wilson to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Wilson. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And they will set up shop at their 41-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns is going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
So after the fumble recovery, it's Carr. takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
The ball was tipped and fell incomplete, but it was tipped up in the air, so the guys on defense, they had to feel like that was a big opportunity, and it was missed. They needed a play to help turn things around a little bit. Ball's in the air. Can they rally to it and get it? On that play, they weren't able to. They'll take the ball, bat it away, but boy, they missed a big chance there.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Carr. And he comes back with one complete.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
They'll run on first down. Chamberlain. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
The offense on 3rd down, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Carr. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one, not to have another turnover.
And how about this, a fake? And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Right now, they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football is certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it, and if we do, we've got a chance to put points on the board.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders are going to get the football there as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, it has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying it up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Throwing his car on third down. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
A loss of 7. It's fourth down.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Here's A.J. Cole now. On, we think, to punt, though he's faked it earlier, but he was unsuccessful. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. So first and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos. Just shy of the 30. He starts with a give to Akers. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They all go buy them dinner. But after a play like that, they might reduce it, might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or two, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up front.
Okay, so what we're saying then is we're going petite filet instead of porterhouse.
8 ounce. 8 ounce is good.
All right, just check it. We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Now Wilson. Got an open man. It's Olave. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings,
pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. From the shotgun, Wilson. The rushing numbers for Wilson may be down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
They're not out of it yet, but in order to come back, they need to play clean football the rest of the way. He makes a correct read there, passing on challenging a blanket coverage and getting the first down with his legs instead.
They'll run out of the gun with Akers. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now Wilson. He'll dump this off to Akers. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
Oh, I know it goes against the grain here. It totally goes against it, but you've got to drop the ball in that situation. He makes a catch, but he loses yards and doesn't get out of bounds.
Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. Throwing now is Wilson. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 12-yard line. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
And this is obviously a spot where you lean on your stars. Get the ball to them in open space and let them do what they do.
Here's Wilson. Buying time, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. Wilson to throw. Rolling to his right. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
He'll look to throw. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter.
That ties the game, 35-35.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the save calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They'll keep it on the ground. Chamberlain, and he'll get him a first down up past the 40 as the clock ticks on. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Carr throwing left side, and Watson has it. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
First throw in overtime now for Wilson.
That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman.
Wilson's pass complete to Rashad Bateman.
So a big play in this opening drive of overtime. Now looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for this with Akers. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Now, their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points, and now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal, and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really, really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. But we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick 6, fumble return. You can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play it.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That can give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off, but in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
Carr completes it. He's got room at the 30.
And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those. It was close, high-scoring affair.
That's something that we'll see happen because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to one possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. In this case, these offenses, they brought